You know what breaks my heart? Watching women lose incredible men over things that could have been fixed with just a little awareness. I'm not talking about those guys who weren't worth it anyway. I'm talking about the good ones. The ones who showed up, who tried, who loved you with everything they had. And sometimes we push them away without even realizing what we're doing. So if you're in a relationship right now with a man who genuinely loves you, or if you've been feeling that distance growing between you two, please stay with me. Because what I'm about to share with you could save your relationship before it's too late. Listen, I need you to understand something first. Good men are not perfect, but they're rare. They're the ones who choose you every single day, who fight for the relationship when things get hard, who see your flaws and love you anyway. And when you find one, you don't want to be the reason he walks away. So let's talk about these 5 little mistakes that can cost you everything. The first one, and this is huge, constantly comparing him to other men. I know you see those couples on social media, the ones with the perfect vacations, the surprise flowers every week, the grand romantic gestures. And maybe your man isn't posting love letters on Instagram or buying you designer bags every month. But here's what you need to ask yourself. Is he there when you're crying at 2 in the morning? Does he remember how you like your coffee? Does he defend you when you're not around? Because real love isn't about the highlight reel. It's about the quiet moments that nobody sees. When you constantly tell him about your friend's boyfriend who did this, or your coworker's husband who bought her that, you're telling him he's not enough. And a good man can only hear that so many times before he starts believing it, before he starts wondering why he's even trying if nothing he does ever measures up. Stop comparing his chapter 5 to someone else's chapter 20. Every relationship moves at its own pace. And the grass isn't greener on the other side, it's greener where you water it. Mistake number 2, taking him for granted. This is the silent killer of relationships. It happens so slowly that you don't even notice it. He used to send you good morning texts and you'd smile for hours. Now he does it every day and you barely respond. He works overtime to take you out somewhere nice and you're on your phone half the dinner. He tries to plan a quiet evening at home and you tell him you'd rather go out with your friends. Listen, I get it. Life gets comfortable, routines set in. But comfort should never turn into complacency. That man is choosing to love you every single day, and that deserves acknowledgement. When was the last time you thanked him for the little things? When was the last time you told him you appreciate him? Because while you're busy thinking he knows how you feel, he's over there wondering if you even notice him anymore. Good men don't leave because they stopped loving you. They leave because they got tired of feeling invisible. The third mistake, and this one's painful, bringing up the past in every argument. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Something small happens today, and suddenly you're bringing up what he did 6 months ago, a year ago, 3 years ago. You're keeping a mental scorecard of every mistake he's ever made, and you throw it in his face the moment things get heated. But here's the truth. If you forgave him, then you need to actually forgive him. Forgiveness isn't saying, "I forgive you," and then weaponizing that mistake every time you're angry. That's not forgiveness. That's emotional manipulation. A good man who apologized, who changed his behavior, who showed you through his actions that he's different, he doesn't deserve to be punished forever. Every time you drag up old wounds, you're telling him that nothing he does will ever be enough to earn your trust back. And eventually, he'll stop trying to prove himself. He'll stop fighting, and he'll walk away, not because he doesn't love you, but because loving you became exhausting. Number 4, not respecting his need for space. Ladies, I need you to hear this. Just because he needs time alone doesn't mean he doesn't love you. Men process emotions differently. Sometimes they need to step back, clear their head, work through things internally before they can talk about it. And when you chase him during those moments, when you keep calling and texting and demanding answers right now, you're pushing him further away. I know it's scary. I know your mind goes to the worst places when he's quiet. But trust is about giving him that space without making him feel guilty for needing it. It's about understanding that his silence isn't rejection, it's just how he recharges. The problem comes when you make his need for space about you. When you say things like, "You don't care about me anymore," or "You're always distant." That's not fair. Because now he can't even take a breath without feeling like he's hurting you. A good man will always come back if you let him. But if you suffocate him, if you make every moment about needing reassurance, he'll start to feel trapped. And nobody stays where they feel trapped, no matter how much they love you. And the fifth mistake, this one's the hardest to admit, not supporting his dreams and ambitions. You fell in love with a man who has goals, who has vision, who wants to build something for himself and for both of you. But somewhere along the way, his dreams started feeling like competition for your attention. He talks about his business idea and you roll your eyes. He stays up late working on a project and you complain that he's not spending time with you. He's trying to level up, and instead of being his peace, you've become another source of stress. Here's what you need to understand. A good man wants to win, but he wants to win with you by his side. He wants to look at you and see his biggest cheerleader, not someone who makes him feel bad for wanting more out of life. When you support his vision, when you encourage him even when things are hard, you're telling him, I believe in you. And a man who feels believed in by his woman will move mountains for her. But if you're constantly making him choose between you and his goals, he'll eventually resent you for it. And resentment kills love faster than almost anything else. Look, I'm sharing this with you because I've seen too many women realize what they had only after it's gone. I've watched good men walk away from relationships they fought hard to keep, simply because they got tired. Tired of not being appreciated. Tired of never being enough. Tired of carrying the weight alone. And the saddest part? Most of these things are fixable. They're not deal breakers. They're just patterns, habits we fall into without realizing the damage they cause. So if you're watching this and you recognize yourself in any of these mistakes, it's not too late. You can change this. Start appreciating him out loud. Stop comparing. Let go of the past. Give him space without making it a problem. Be his safe place, not another battle he has to fight. Because a good man will stay through the storms, but only if he feels like you're weathering them together. If this hit home for you, do me a favor. Hit that like button, drop a comment, and tell me which mistake resonated with you most. And if you want more real talk about relationships and love, subscribe, because we're just getting started. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about being aware. Protect your love while you still have it. I'll see you in the next one.